It is miles beneath, a demon-haunted maze that once swallowed a crusading army, the legendary Rappan Athuk, the Dungeon of Graves. A handful of iron-thewed men risk their lives, their very souls, to plunder and explore, to stop the creeping tendrils of chaos. This is their story.
You all are not from Albion. In fact, it cannot even be said you're from this world. You are an alien thing. You do not belong here. But this is a liminal place between hell and the overworld above. And it's been your home for a long time. You have wandered for the past month. For one of you, actually, let's go back to the beginning. It has been now, I don't know, a year and a half, a year or something. Yeah, I suppose it's been a year and a half. And you lived in a kind of awful, cruel harmony with what are called the three lesser seals of death. And this unnatural underworld was ruled by these three seals. And you were the second seal. If all three seals were removed, the pathway into hell could be uncovered. A group of adventurers came into your altar and defaced it and destroyed it, released you into the underworld. You tried to negotiate with them. They would not negotiate. And now, worse, the final seal, for they destroyed 2 of 3. The final seal has betrayed you. A former human wizard turned to chaos. And he has now taken the host of your cultists under his power and assumed the leadership as a single seal of hell and servant of death. For the past month, you've wandered the underworld and you made a deal with the passage into hell. And you went further into that dimension and you offered something. We will not say what was offered, but they provided you King Kazleth. King Kazleth is king of all minotaurs and has the ability to phase in and out and never get lost in a maze. And his army is with you. You have also gathered an army of other awful beings, particularly basilisks. And you now have explored and you have found one of the lower temples of the god of death, who, by the way, also you have betrayed and you've turned your back on. And you have instead pledged your service to the god of chaos, the god of the rivers and the deeps. Now you've come back to what should be one of your allies, and you intend to siege their altar and reestablish your place on the mortal plane before you dematerialize. And that is where you are now.
In the moment between lunging from one handhold to the next, reaching out my hand to grasp, hoping it holds.
On this level, you've gathered your forces in a small antechamber that is vacant. There is ruined statues devoted to various beings of chaos on either corner, on the various corners of the circular antechamber. There are 3 doors, one east and west, one to the southeast. The room itself is about 50 feet in diameter. What do you do?
I'm trying to ungonk a thing.
Okay, I got my picture working. All right, so we have 20-something basilisks, me and my dudes.
I actually think this is a good example of what I was talking about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and reveal these two things. They don't offer anything appreciably different outside of gameplay than what you've already done in the wargame. Those two paths lead to other levels. You would already know that.
A path to retreat is what you're saying.
Yep, 3 of them. 3 ways out.
All right, well, let's get the phase minotaurs to go through the walls and scout ahead, along with, me, King, to see what's ahead of us, really, because I think that's the goal. Have us scout it out as we're scouting, flank, and then you guys hear the bulls charge, you guys rush in.
Works for me.
Okay. Hang with me just a second. I'm going to do some math in advance. So let me make sure I understand your intent first. Your goal initially is just to scout, or is it movement to contact? Scout up to an enemy force, fight, make enough of a racket for everybody else to come up.
Scout first.
Okay.
If there's opportunity that, shouldn't be turned down, then we will go. Otherwise, scout, and then, I can send a Minotaur back to hey, this is a situation, just sort of a back and forth, because they can't get lost. So we should be able to have that, they just go through the wall, and then boom, we can go from there.
Okay. Okay. Everyone can see the King Kazleth icon, so I'm going to just use that token. So I'm going to trace what you see and kind of go here. I've already done the math. I've already looked ahead. You see long stone corridors. These go about 50 feet before they turn, and they go into this large T intersection. At the end of the T intersection, you can see massive double doors. You're gonna actually let me describe that last. I'll describe what you can see to the left and the right. Going this way, you can see a bunch of debris, and then it narrows, and you can see a door into a passage. And to the west, it elbows to the south into a let me see if they can. Let me give them a chance. No. Okay. You see these are not all together in one place, but over a period of about 30 minutes, you can find that there are all of these monsters that inhabit halls to the southwest. I'm going to make one of them bigger so you can see it. These are minotaurs. In fact, these are yes, they are your people, and they've betrayed you. And in fact, King Kazleth's hordes are in fact being used by another servant of another chaos god down here. And there's a very large number of them, probably 2 regiments worth or something. Last of all, in the south passage, let me actually describe this door. Okay. It's an 80-foot long hall. It ends in a set of huge carved double doors. There are unholy scenes of demonic faces and rites carved into bas relief halls. Here, the doors evidence that this is some great place of chaos. Okay, that is what you find in your reconnaissance. That takes you 50 minutes.
Okay, would I know, since those are my dudes, one, are they recoverable? Or is it like the bird dude, their souls have been taken and slurped out by someone else? Or is it hey, I'm your king, what are you doing, bros?
I think you would not know. I think it's peculiar. Like it's sort of like, I think it is like, what are you doing here? That actually is that would be, I don't think you would know. And I think it doesn't make sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comparable force to our Minotaurs, or more?
You can tell these are lesser. So your Minotaurs are phase Minotaurs from a lower plane of hell. These things are not. They are mythical Minotaurs. They cannot phase, but they are about equal in number. What is your Minotaur's hit dice?
6 plus 4.
Okay, yeah, they are Minotaurs. They just simply can't phase.
Okay, that completely changes everything. I was scared poopless. All right, so there's normal Minotaurs. All right, that's fine. Sure. I mean, if they're stationary, not doing anything, how do you feel about keep scouting? Because we got to find our goal.
I think I should move up to where you're presently at, along with the basilisks. The basilisks are excellently positioned to ensure that no one just sort of bumbles around the corner and gets us, because if they do, they bumble into the basilisk.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. I think with that set up, Kazlith will stick his head through the double doors, and just see what's beyond that.
Okay. It extends beyond the edge of your light. Give me a moment. There's a bunch of high magic stuff, so sometimes I may have to refer to the book.
No concern at all.
Okay. Okay. And I need this. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is what you just said. You just kind of like put your head through on the other side just to see. Okay. When you exist in the ethereal plane or phase, it's just sort of like it's like kind of like, I don't know if you're the one that said this or if somebody else said that, but it is kind of like when Frodo puts the ring on, like it's this like ghostly state. And so it kind of looks a little different, but you can make out the physical objects that are here, and you can see what would exist on the material plane. There are here, it's a long room. It goes beyond the edge of your sight into the darkness. There are magical infernal lamps, as well as pillars. You would recognize the hagiography of this being a temple of chaos, or a temple to a chaos god. You can hear at the in the distance the mutterings of a human man, as well as Drunic, the kind of the thing that the dark speak that can cause normal humans to have an aneurysm when they hear it. So he's obviously speaking to a demon. That's what you can see from where you are just by putting your head on the other side of the door.
Perfect. Okay. Trying to see how strong the basilisks are. What are their...
You want me to bring it up really quick?
Sure.
Mr. Basiliska.
Yeah, a basilisk is 6 hit dice. Ascending armor class 15. They do 2d6 damage. Their main feature is the petrifying gaze. It happens automatically as an innate type of ability if they're seen. If anybody looks back, then they
Perfect.
they automatically turn to stone unless they have some resistance to that.
Okay.
I
Richard
assume
on
you
foot.
guys have some kind of scheme to deal with that. Like you just corral them and like beasts or something in some way that you don't get turned to stone. That would be stupid.
I keep them smothered under. You know how a mother bird will like sit on top of its chicks and
It's
smother
so
them under
terrible.
its feathers?
It's so awful.
I'm basically keeping them under a big blanket of my darkness,
Yeah.
which is also my feathers, and roosting them along
This
like
thing
my,
just
my
like
chicks.
takes up like an 85-foot wide thing of these large corridors when it can, and just like expands and slowly moves down the hall like some awful anime monster or Shinto monster or something.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like, you know how in Spirited Away there was like that gigantic
Right.
no face?
Yeah.
Similar
no face.
energy there. Just like I'm just sort of smothered over them, just this tide of black feathers, keeping them all warm and safe and thinking about murder.
It's awful. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. I'll bring King Kazleth back. What do you all do?
So Richard, what I'm thinking, basilisks, we have a couple.
Mhm.
Of 24, so like 12 watch our rear, or 8 watch our rear, because it's a hall. The minotaurs can't really get too far, so that can block the minotaurs and anything else coming from the rear. We got to get our little goblin dudes in though. Do you think it's worth scouting around a little bit more for a side entrance, or minotaurs go through the double doors, flank like we said, and then you guys hear the roar? Minotaurs and me go for the demon and Gormand. I think that, yeah, Gormand. And then you guys just charge in. Or you guys charge, or, you know, the reverse. You guys charge in, cause a distraction, then we jump Gormand and the demon.
That's a better plan, because as much as I don't like being the one that draws the initial fire, you want to... I worry that if you guys go in and then I barge in, it'll be a little too easy for you guys to get caught up in the, the basilisk effect and accidentally make eye contact with them. If we're there and you come in knowing where the basilisks are, that will put you in a better position to avoid their gaze, I think. So I will go ahead and be the person who triggers the confrontation. And you can come in from the flanks ethereally, as you do.
So you intend to
Please.
take the direct approach?
I do not believe there is an indirect approach to take. That's usually the way these things are. I mean, there was no indirect approach to my temple. It was just like, here's the big door you come through so that we can shoot you with we can blast you with dark magic as you walk in. We didn't have a safe side entrance. Closest thing we had was a back door which led deeper into the pit. So yeah, you guys move in along the sides ethereally, and in about 60 seconds, I will barge in and make horrible bird noises.
Ross, knowing the basilisks may have a little friendly fire, is it possible that we know where we're going and like turn our backs to the basilisk and like rise between Gormand and the basilisk so that we get Gormand and minimize our looking at lizard?
Just describe that again. I'm trying to say that again. Yeah.
So Gormand, us, and we rise like in between, looking at Gormand. Like the basilisks are looking at Gormand, he's looking at them, and then we rise in between and like face to face with Gormand.
Like when you come out of the ethereal state, you are there. Yeah, I think you can do that. So you're going to stay ethereal while NGSP just like does this frontal assault. Then as the assault occurs, you're going to become unethereal, but where Gormand is ideally. I think maybe to state the obvious, the one thing that would happen with that is if there's something either you don't notice or depending on positioning, that thing will be behind you, because that's the only way you'll have your back to the basilisks and your front to the whatever it is you're trying to kill.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
And I think like coming up from the floor, like we're coming through just like underwater, but it's the floor. We're like Apocalypse Now, so we can just barely see, and all they can see is like the tops of our head moving through the floor, if they can see that they really.
I believe you guys are. Last time I checked, you guys are not actually invisible while you're ethereal, right?
I like to. So what I ruled is that you're kind of like a ghost. So it's possible to see you, but hard and very hard in darkness.
That tracks with what I know. So here's my main concern with that. You got big old horns. You can't do the peering over the edge because like the horns pop up and then the rest of you pops up. The horns are going to be. You're visible, but
yeah, it makes sense. We'll just come through the wall. That's fine.
No, I mean you should still do it. It's an amazing image. Think how cool that'll be.
I have like self-confidence issues with my horns. It's like, oh.
Hold on just a second. I've decided I want something added here.
And then we gotta focus on the goblins. Like they're super useful with the thieves, and the magic user. Like what spell? Because we have Wall of Fire. I guess using that to siphon off people, so that.
Yeah, God, I forgot that these goblins are like actual fairly high level characters.
They're really useful. Yeah. Because we have the witch doctor. He knows.
You
he
guys
knows,
have the
haste,
spell list.
Monster summoning.
Yeah, you guys have the spell list for that. Yeah.
Charm monster, Wall of Fire, Cloud Kill, which could hit like large groups of what do they have? Gorgons or something.
I think Gorgons have a breath weapon effect, which is not as good as a look to kill effect, but it's still.
Yeah.
Okay, Gorgons. Goblins.
Oh man, this is great.
Haste, which could be great.
This reminds me of playing Baldur's Gate 1 and like sitting outside the door with the troll and the castle, like building my spell list.
Okay. Hello, Goblin.
It's also terrifying knowing it's all going to hell as soon as we open the door and it's like, there's 4 dragons in here. All right.
Ooh, Insect Plague. That's a fun one.
I think silence 15-foot radius to nullify any caster. That's huge on the Zagros, the female shaman. Otherwise, it's like cause light wounds. Okay, hold person maybe, but that's one person. I don't know what prayer does.
Prayer gives the whole gang a minor bonus to saving throws, I think. So that's honestly worth invoking.
Yeah, we could do that before. Oh, don't forget, you got to do your summon mini bird.
Oh yeah,
thing.
10% chance we get 2 birds.
Big bird, baby. Big bird and little bird.
All right, let me look at that again. Let's see here. So it says that you summon a demon. I'm reading from the paragraph block. The impression I get is that you simply have a 10% chance.
Yes, I don't think there's anything I can do to improve it or to disprove it. I'm going to roll a 1d100, and if I get a 10 or below, I'll let you tell me what happens. I did not get a 10 or below. I attempt to cough up a demon. It does not work.
Close, though. Oh, well.
It's not happening.
Visibility until dispelled or an attack is made. So invisibility could be good with you, just to keep you, slightly more protected until you can get positioned. Because you don't really have, unfortunately, too much.
I am surprisingly delicate.
Yeah, and if you go down, then what are we here for, really?
That's fair.
I might just fucking swap sides.
Alright.
Haste? I could be hasted because I'm a fucking truck. I have a lot of attacks. Monster summoning. That'd be cool.
Okay. haste on Kazleth makes the most sense. Prayer on the gang to give us a defensive effect.
So that's the two casters, like, prepped before we go in.
I'm half tempted to just cast invisibility on a basilisk and just let it go in there. Just wait for it to bite someone and appear at point blank range. Just like, what the
Now, the bad news is that prayer is an area, so they have to begin after they get in and after melee, and then the second melee round.
Oh yeah, you have to be in the effect the whole time. It's not something where like you're in it when it goes off and then it just lingers.
Yeah,
Is it on a person?
No, it's an
Or the
area.
caster?
It's a 20 foot by 20 foot area.
Well, that's barely any space at all.
Yeah, that might not be useful then. At least maybe initially, because we're at the doors.
Oh, and it gives
Initially,
a
'cause
penalty.
whenever we open.
Oh yeah, it's not a defensive bonus at all. It's a penalty to the enemy saving throws.
Oh,
Which is still pretty good since we're going to be bombarding them with save or turn to stone. But God, do they even get saving
yeah.
throws?
Keep them with the. So whoever's doing that, keep them amongst the basilisks, unless the enemy has to be in the circle, which seems weird.
All right.
Let me just read the spell.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss all these Lightfoot goblins. Not that much though.
Hey, we're trading up though. We went from zombies to goblins. Now we're gonna get a bunch of minotaur. Like, we're moving up.
True.
Oh, a saving throw penalty, so they can so you can cast it within 30 feet. It's a 20 by 20 foot area within that area. So yeah, let's do that on the. I think there were gorgons in this area. So prayer on the gorgons as soon as we enter. We should be able to time it like he's casting. Boom, open the door. You know, theoretically we should be able to do that.
Yeah,
That way he
the
hits
range-
whatever grouped area, and then the basilisk hit them.
The
that way
range
they
is
have a minus
short.
to their
We
save.
can't like precast it. We're gonna have to. It's only a 30-foot range. There's not even any enemies within 30 feet of the door. We're going to have to push to contact before
That's
we can
true.
do anything too clever. Honestly, we shouldn't make too many fancy plans as it is right now, because like they're all going to explode
smart,
on
yeah.
contact with the enemy. There's been planning is good. Plans useless. All right.
So Ostler, the male goblin killer, has a potion of invisibility.
Which
That's
he should
something we
chug,
could
sure.
like. Yeah. Well, do you want him or the?
He should chug his
But it's a
potion
killer.
because he's an assassin. He does triple damage with a backstab.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Cool.
But like the magician should cast invisibility on your guy, whose name is eluding me for a second, on Kazleth.
Yeah, I think that's a good pregame, and then we'll make contact and see what happens.
Yes.
All right. So haste and invisibility potion. Invisibility on Kazleth, haste on Kazleth as well, and then invisibility potion on the assassin. Rest leave for now. Here we go. You open the door. One of your minotaurs does. Well, maybe not. I suppose. I don't know who.
Yeah,
opens it.
minotaurs are already like going around.
Whoops.
Sorry, things got moved around a little bit.
Where is?
Far on the lower
NGSP?
right. Just hit Control Z a couple times.
Uh-oh, you're gone.
Help!
Oh no, you died already, you chicken shit.
Oh gosh.
You ran away. It's a setup.
Just
Oh,
drop a
gosh.
second me on the table.
I don't know that I have a second you. This may take some.
I mean, you can just. We're in here somewhere.
No, you're off the edge of the map. That's what happened. I have an idea. I think I can fix this. I will widen the map area to get you back. This is what
no
happens when
problem.
you start going into ethereal planes.
Wow!
Come on.
NGSP should like be in the list of like critters somewhere, right?
No, I know that does that on Foundry, but on this, you can just plop them into the VTT and they go into your assets, but not necessarily your token list. Okay.
Where'd you plop them down from? You could just drop down a second one.
I got you. I just had to. Let me do this.
Swag.
And then do this. Then do this. All right, let me move the
Mine
tokens.
still says loading, if that says anything.
Yeah, I just F5'd. I'm pretty sure it'll fix it if you do that.
All right.
Come on.
I'm gonna
roll.
move the
Yeah, there we are.
Minotaurs to the edge of the map. All right, let me move your tokens and describe what happens as you do a movement to contact here. So, this room is shaped. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm loading as well. Let me also reload
It's good
it.
for me. Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna get complex.
This will be complex. I'm very excited to have a really high level complex spells. I'm gonna have to get like a paper out and see. Like, this would be great. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get this back. And all right. Let me describe what you see here as you move contact. The Phase Minotaurs and King Keslethe are in the ethereal plane. You're with your back to the basilisks. You're moving up. You can kind of tell me where you want to move in a moment. I'll describe what you see here first. The room itself, after you get about 100 feet in, this is obviously a temple to a chaos god. You can, in fact, see a massive statue to the god of death himself. And this is or one of his greater manifestations. And the entire room is shaped. The VTT does not indicate this, but imagine like jagged alcoves, like lots of little jagged alcoves as if there are little branches here. And the whole thing is shaped like an upside down tree of life. And there is a massive pool of blood which glows red on the west, to the west and east. Two large bubbling pools of blood. They flank a large altar upon which rests a shimmering globe of scintillating colors. It spins wildly about its axis, creating a blurring effect. It is hypnotizing. Around the altar is inscribed a pentagram, and you can clearly see there are shimmering words and spells that are traced in the ground with Drunic symbols and blood. You see here that Goodmund has assembled his demonic host, and there are acolytes of chaos, powerful spellcasters in their own right, surrounding the pools of blood, surrounding the altar or ritual. And then there are two other beings in here. There is a large clay golem, and then a powerful demon. A demon that has two sets of arms, is 15 foot tall, horned. Yeah. And then as you come in, let's see, NGSP is not invisible. Okay. So you come in, and Goodmund stops speaking. He was speaking in Drunic, and this thing here was speaking back in Drunic to him. In fact, as you start to move in and the doors open, it falls silent. And then Goodmund says, "Oh, blessed are the powers of darkness. I thank thee, God of death, that your servant has come back to us." And he falls to his knees before NGSP. And he says, "Oh, thank you. Thank you for your dark blessing, Master. Your appointed one of your great seals has come back to us in our hour of need." And he bows to you.
I approach with the scuttling sound of my many, many, many legs concealing the noise of the basilisks scuttling along under the cover of my cloak of feathers. I lower my head till I am close to his, like a great bird fawning over its tiny baby chick. For a moment, there is only tenderness, my beak preening gently against his face. And then I whisper in his ear a word which no one else will ever hear. It's a unique sound, a gift for him to carry into the next life as I release the basilisks from beneath my wings. For as we've just establishing, making sure I didn't misremember, I've betrayed the god of death to join the god of chaos, right?
That's my understanding. You were on the
Okay.
summit, and Tiamat was like, I love you, and you were like, yeah, you're great. And then I don't know. You tell me. Maybe you have other plans, though. I don't know. You tell me what you do.
No. That's all. This all sounds good. I'm going to, offer him. I'm going to release my horde, as it were, at this moment.
All right. You do that. You unleash darkness, just like your black. I don't know. I'm going to say like wings of just magical darkness, just
Yes.
come up like a veil, and all of a sudden there are just like these like long heads that just glare out in front of everyone. There are a lot of basilisks. To look at this, let me just look and see what's going to happen here. We're not going to enter combat yet.
My horrible babies.
I think it's best to just ask what can't be affected by basilisk. So that's going to be the starting point.
I don't know what to tell you, man. This is Swords and Wizardry. If
Oh,
you're
no.
expecting clear,
No, I know. We're going to figure that out right now. But
Okay.
Here's the thing. We don't need to do math. There are freaking like 20 basilisks here. I just need, there are some things that we don't even ask the question about. Those things immediately turn to stone. All right. Because there's no saving throw listed. Doesn't list one.
I've usually given one, but there was so many effects, it's probably not going to come up.
It's
understandable if you do.
It is understandable. There are some spells that I do that with because there are instant death spells and instant death effects.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I think, I suppose this isn't certain death. You can get someone to, stone to flesh. So all of the humans in here emit a cry and then immediately just silence, and they're all stone. Some of them fall over into the blood pools and it splashes. Some of them break arms or limbs or chunks of stone off as they crash against the ground.
You can hot glue that back on. It's okay.
And then there is, let me look at each major thing here. Magic resistance 60%. So let's see. 60 or under.
I think he's fine.
He is fine. All right, next. We got the immune to spells, Golem. And then next is...
He's definitely fine.
Yep. And then we've got Goodmund. He would have had active detect magic. It doesn't matter at this point. He would have had protection against good. That's definitely not going to help him. And he would have had nothing else. He is a human. He has a permanent prayer spell, which we could talk about later, but he is not granted a saving throw, so it does not help. And so Goodmund turns to stone. Let's see here. Lastly, there are these two creatures. That is all that's left here. I will assume that you told your goblins to just like not look at it and only cast area spells or something.
Honestly, goblins being goblins, I wouldn't be too shocked if some of them looked anyway, because their impulse control is not the best. But Like, you don't get to be a 5-hit die goblin by being a normal goblin. You have to survive a lot of winnowing. So
I see now your tactic, and I'm not going to deprive you of that. As you came in, I'm assuming you would have identified these powerful beings and like put your back to the basilisks. That's what you said your plan was. All these humans are going to turn to stone, and then the last thing is, I am simply going to adjudicate if these demonic entities will see that there is a new sheriff in town, new master. They do not. They're going to fight you.
okay, that's understandable. It would almost be disrespectful if you didn't try to kill me.
Declare spells.
All right.
So our goblins are back at the doorway, I presume.
All right, yeah, I'll put them back there. I'd assume they moved up or something, but yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. They don't have magical weapons. So they probably can't usually engage the Glabrazoo.
Grin the witch doctor could suggest or charm monster.
Those are both good plans. Trying to charm it is honestly the most direct approach. But then, yeah, sure, she can try to charm monster.
Are you gonna like? Okay, but how is she gonna not see all these like basilisks in here? Are you gonna use the basilisk rule? What it is you have to do things at like a -4 or something. Without reading it.
I imagine. I mean, everything's sort of in front, like an arc or like a hemisphere. I imagine the basilisks would have been at least like looking to the sides, maybe not like, hey, we're just looking directly behind us. Is that much? If not, then -4. That's fine.
-4 is. Oh yeah. Well, let's take that -4 so that our guys don't get blorped.
Okay.
That's
you do
100%.
that. Yeah. No, you can't really control where the basilisks look. They are bestial. Okay. All right. So yeah. What is the spell that she's going to cast?
Charm monster targeting the Glabrazoo. Dubious odds that'll work, but like the upside is pretty big.
Okay. All right. Any other spells?
The shaman could do. That's whole person, not monster. Never mind.
Shaman.
Hold person.
I mean, I think they sort of just hold right now, because there's only two. There's the golem and the demon.
Yeah, basically they just
I
need
think
to see if they're just running a delay in action against the goblin for a little while. I mean, sorry, against the golem for a little while.
Okay, so you're gonna attempt charm. I'm sorry, hold person against the golem.
No, that would make no sense. It doesn't work on golem.
No.
Just get the light foot between the golem and the rest of us from it, so that we can focus on, so that specifically Kazleth can start killing this high level Glabrazoo.
I'm gonna try to take it. I'm gonna try to wrestle it.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good call.
All right. A number of these goblins you don't know yet, but they will most certainly turn to stone.
That's fine.
The Lightfoot.
That's a sacrifice we're willing to make.
Okay. All right. So no spells.
There's a reason I didn't learn their names.
No spells. All right. Let me see if I'm going to do any spells real fast here.
Or goblins. Just...
No. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna fight King Kazleth in honorable combat. That's what he's gonna do. Okay. And the golem is going to... I'm gonna use chainmail for that. That's a good example against all the Lightfoot. Okay.
Goblins.
And then, all right, next, roll for initiative, please, Richard.
All right, one moment. Line up the page. Finding the D6. Pressing the D6 button. I've pressed it. I rolled a 2.
All right, they go first.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see. The clay golem. Let me get out chainmail here. Lightfoot. Oh yeah, and I need that note that I made. The golem. Or it's not a golem, it's a... Yeah, that'll work. Troll. Let's see. Troll counts as 6 heavy foot. So heavy foot, 6 kills, and they count as 6. Okay. Wait, heavy foot versus light foot, 5 and 6 kills. 1, 2, 3, so he kills 3 of them. I'm just gonna make a little note here. Yeah, it's not that bad, actually. So light foot versus heavy foot, it is a 6 kills. And you've got 40 minus, how many spellcasters do you have?
3?
Should be 2.
Yeah.
2? I thought you had like a whole list of spellcaster goblins.
There's just the 2 of them. There was Zagros and Garan.
Oh,
There are 3 other level goblins, but they're all thief or melee types.
these will be heroes. They are named characters. So -5. So you have a total of 35 goblins attacking this.
Lightfoot versus heavy should be 1 die per 2 men.
Oh yeah, 1 die per 2 men. Let's see. So, let's see. 35 is 35 is
17.
15, 17. Let's see here. So 12, 1, 2. Either way, it's only going to be 2. So he takes out 2 of. Let's see. Mark that down. Actually, I'll just do it on here. That'll be simple. 2 of 6. All right. So that's their turn. And then I'll get back to the other stuff in a second. Let's see. The demon against King Kesleth. Back to Swords and Wizardry.
Fighty time. Blood, blood, blood.
Plus 10 to hit.
Yo. Where's the beef?
That is a 23 to hit. Does that hit?
My AC is 6 or 13 ascending.
All right. He's going to hit on all of his... Actually, I'm going to roll all of his attacks. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 4 more. So I believe all of those will then hit. Okay.
Kazlat has a lot of cool tricks, but a high armor class isn't one of them.
Yeah.
36. This is actually a D3.
Hang on a second, I'm gonna annoy my husband by giving him false intelligence. That's right, I lay a big egg!
Alright, you take 15 damage as the ancient demon Gilzabageth engages you in hand-to-hand combat. And
his name isn't even a tetranym. Weak.
Yeah, 15.
Good.
And
Good.
let's see. And I assume there was no missile fire, by the way. Right? I don't think there's any missile fire. So, your all's turn.
Yep, correct.
Melee combat.
All right, Kazlith is going to attempt to grapple and, full Nelson this demon.
All right. You need to make it a successful attack first.
All right, cool.
Your target is Ascending Armor Class 22.
I rolled a 4.
Crap.
But you add 18, like he's got 18 hit time, so I think you still succeed.
You are a monster. You add your hit dice to the attack.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what my table is. Sorry, I'm a bad monster, man. Page 30 something. Druid monster. How many hit die do I have? 18 plus 4. Does plus 4 give you anything? It doesn't matter. I rolled a 4, which hits AC
20
0.
22. Wait, how many hit dice do you have?
18 plus 4, but it caps out. Monsters cap out at 15 plus.
Oh, it caps out. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. You
Yeah.
missed
I
that.
didn't know that.
So, yeah, AC 4 hits, or 4 hits AC 0. So
20? You said so it hits a 20? They aren't ascending armor class 20 or descending 0?
19.
19. Okay, that does miss. As you try to grapple this thing, and I believe, let's see, some of the, okay, and you did not actually enter a grapple, so that just means that you failed to hit it. Okay. Your phase minotaurs, what do you do with those?
They're doing the same thing. There's only these 2 guys. Man, I was expecting a lot more wrestling action. But that's all
We
right.
might need all of your guys for this. This is gonna get really awkward really fast.
Is there a limit to how many can dogpile on one dude?
Yeah, it doesn't specify, but in this case, if there is like a group trying to dogpile, I just let them do it. But I do require all of the individuals to attack, so you'll need to make 6 d20 attacks.
Okay. What was his AC, by the way? Just
22.
Yeah, and you'll add 6 to all of these attacks. So
So they need to
20.
roll a 16 or higher.
yeah, 16 or higher, and I have
That MIT education really pays for itself.
d20. All right, here's the first 6. Okay, so 1 an X, and then here's the next 6. 2. So 2 are successful.
okay, and then you'll roll 12 d6s. I will roll 10 d6s.
Here's the first set of 6 for 13 and 20, so 33 for 12 d6s.
Okay, so you got 33. It looks like I beat you. That looks like a yeah.
Pretty
All of your phase minotaurs come out of phase and start trying to dogpile this guy, and he's just like ripping them off, throwing them across the room, like and just like flinging them everywhere. He's slamming some of them into each other with 2 arms while he's like choking another with a bottom arm and all kinds of stuff. What do the basilisks do?
I think they close their eyes. Or either that or like retreat back to the exits, like send some to the exits. Like, we're pretty good here.
Yeah,
As long as I
I
don't
think
roll a
they're
shit
probably
four.
going to start eating statues, just sort of chewing on them, wandering around, getting into trouble. A few of them are probably going to go start clambering over this. I'm going to try and herd some of them at the clay golem.
you can
I
hurt
don't
all
think
of them
they-
if you want. But,
All right.
But hurt is a good word. You either need to probably put your darkness back over them, or you're going to have to like shoo them into something.
I'm going to go shoo them at the clay golem. My assumption is that if it whacks them, they will. If they take a good hit, I suspect they are smart enough to scamper away. But if it kills them in one hit, then they're dead.
All
You're right.
of your goblins are stone, except for the named characters.
That's fine.
There will be
Poor guys.
troll versus troll.
There's always more where they came from.
This is
I
going
think
to be
big picture, we try to take these dudes because I roll a 4. If I roll a 7 or higher, I'm rolling like a bajillion hit die. I'm gonna wrestle this guy.
No, you can. I think you can take him. Like, it's possible that he will get lucky and kill you, but it seems unlikely.
No, it's gonna. If 15 damage, it's gonna take a very long time to do that.
No, I mean it's
I
possible.
think-
Yeah, it's true. You've got a lot
I
of
think
hit points.
it's. Yeah, I have 87, so I went down to 72. Ooh, I'm not really scared. I think we watch for anybody else coming in because there were the Minotaurs to the north. Don't know if they're gonna come, but I think we just start like coagulating people. Like, you're mine, you're mine.
Yoink, yoink.
all right. They eventually rip apart this clay golem, and also all your goblins as well. And they start eating them, turn them into stone. It's just chaos over there on the west side of the room.
I wasn't even sure they'd be able to damage the golem. I thought it was like
wow.
immune to non-magical attacks.
Well, it's they're not being magical. They're just being bestial.
Cool.
So NGSP, what do you do?
I'm going to flap into. I'm going to assist King Kazleth.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. I'm just going to peck him normal style.
All right.
Okay, so I've got. I'm trying to remember all the attacks I've got. It's been a little while.
Don't get killed,
I'm just a
fragile
frog.
little bird.
I'm not that fragile. I'm a beefy man. I'm very high level. I can take hits and all sorts of. I can take at least one hit.
I'm a big boy.
Ah! Awful bird noise as I explode. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so 5 attacks. So this is going to be beak, 4 claws, and 2 rear claws in that order. Actually, hang on a second. And
Ascending 22.
yes, plus 8. Then 1d6. And then 1d8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I hit once for 2 damage.
All right.
Not my finest hour, as I rear up and claw at him with my 2 rear claws. My gigantic, superfluous number of bird feet get all up in his business.
He, in the fiction at least, like you scratch him and he takes one of the minotaurs and just clubs you with it and knocks you back, and then the combat continues. The top of the round.
We can either focus on the silly noise I make when I get bonked if we want to be funny, or we can focus on the horror of the minotaur crumpling against my body if we want to be scary.
Let's see here. Okay. Back at the top, any spells? No spells.
Well, I would say not. I would say hold.
Oh, we never even. Yeah, we got to hold because we don't want those guys to get obliterated, and we need
The only thing we have is suggestion. That's within shouting distance, so you don't have to look. You just go, hey, Glabrezer, I suggest you stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but realistically, like, they don't know exactly what's going on over here since they're way out of the line range. They can't do super smart things like that right now.
All right.
We got a lot of value out of that.
Sure.
Actually, haste. Did you get how does haste interact with the things that you do? Because I can't remember what haste does exactly.
I don't know how it works in this one.
Checking.
I would at least got a second. Do I get like just one attack to attempt to grapple?
Yeah, I think you get a second attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not only you, but everyone. Everybody. It's a 60-foot area, and it can be cast 240 feet away, and it lasts 30 minutes. So, like,
Whoa.
I don't want to be a pedant. Like, obviously, if you knew that, you weren't going to cast it, but you were going to then cast it. However, here's the problem. This is a goblin casting it. Is that right?
Yeah, it would have to be. And he can't do that safely with the...
I'm going to offer you a choice. I'm going to give a 50% chance if you want them to risk it. Okay, then no.
No.
He's too valuable.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was on a single target like normal, but...
Roll for initiative.
Rolling. Just barely. But just barely is enough.
King Kazleth, what do you do?
All right. I reapply my body oil and I try to wrestle him again. So I need to roll a 7 or higher.
All right, yeah, you got an 8.
I will also attempt to grapple him. I assume that I get a lot of regular attacks. I only get 1 attempt to grapple per turn. Like, if I'm grappling, that's what I'm doing instead of flailing all my limbs around.
I think so. It makes sense to me that... Actually, no. Hold on just a second. Make individual to hit rolls. Plural. No. If you have multiple attacks, you can try multiple times. This is going to bite the players, the normies, when this comes back, if that happens. Okay.
All right. I will attempt multiple attempts to make contact for the grapple. Let's see if any of these beat a 22.
I'm interested to see what happens with King Kesleth, though.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. And then, do you want to? We can use the Minotaurs as well. They get 3 attacks each.
Oh, is the plan
30.
for everybody to just pile on? Is that the plan? Like one? Okay, totally. Okay,
Yeah.
then make all of your attacks, and tell me how many you hit for everything. And
Okay.
and then actually just then roll all your d6s for all your successful attacks.
AC 22. Yeah, they need 16s. Alright, so first batch. Minotaurs. Okay, so 1 hits. Second batch, 2. Third batch, 3. So 3 phase Minotaurs successfully hit as well.
All right, you guys can check all your d6s for all your successful attacks.
Do we add any, like 6 plus 4? Do you add anything or no? Just straight hit?
I think it's just 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
It's just
36 plus.
Open up my calculator.
hang on a moment. If you go into the die roller thing on the left, you can go into the advanced roller to let you roll as many as you want. But basically, how many dice are we rolling on our side? Because I can just roll that in one big lump. 8 for me.
Your hit die.
Okay, I'm rolling 8.
I'm rolling.
You're rolling 18.
I'm rolling 30. I'm rolling 36 total.
Okay, so that's a total of 44. Okay. May I can just roll that if you're okay with that.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty confident that one.
I get 10 d6s. I think that's sounds mathematically impossible. That's my AA GD quality GD quality college level math.
Some numbers are bigger than other numbers.
Okay, I needed it to actually do the math for me. It didn't do it, but it didn't work. Okay, that's fun anyway. All right, let's see. You grapple this thing. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. Get rid of that.
We gotta drown him in the pool of blood, right?
Well, you gotta like do a swirly, like he's ours now. We can like do initiations, whatever we want.
Say
You're
uncle.
evil, remember?
Say uncle.
I agree with this. If you can find a way to subdue this powerful demon long enough, there is a rest of a level for you to explore before we're finished. There are other powerful beings here.
Yes.
But in fact, I suggest we just keep moving quickly, and you can. However, before we do, NGSP, you see before you this powerful. It's a globe of scintillating colors.
Do I recognize this effect? Does it mean anything to me that like NGSP should recognize? Because like out of character, my first thought is like, oh, is this a big egg of pure chaos? Should I eat this? Can I make a magical omelet of evil?
Let me see what this does. I think it's going to palantir you. And I have to go deep into hell to see that. Yes. This is a collection of untold millions of souls that have been gathered into a sphere for torment.
Nice.
Its purpose is as a power focus for this human who once ran this evil temple. You will not need it, but you can keep it. But this is what it does instead. An avatar of the god of death peers up from it. He looks in his greater form like this very being right here. It looks back at you. It looks into you. It sees its former servant and knows that you've betrayed it.
Hello. It's like, no part of this should surprise you. We both know the nature of what we are. One who casts an arrow does not mourn when it embeds into the flesh. One who throws a stone does not weep when it falls to the earth. One who calls forth a demon as a servant should never be surprised when they are betrayed. I am a thing of the inner dark, not a thing of death. I am a thing of the suffering, of the giving up, of the mourning. I am a thing of the becoming less than. I am a thing of the yielding unto death. And you and I are alike, but you are the moment of the dying, and I am the moment of the despairing.
The face remains, and there are cascading waterfalls of Drunic in multiple layers, as if tumbling across wave upon wave, and the goblins scream and hold their ears and begin bleeding from their eyes and nose as all of these sounds of Drunic pour across the halls. They all promise retribution, eternal torment, pain, a lower, low place in a never-ending hierarchy of hell.
You say such kind things. I will miss your words. I will miss your threats. But perhaps I will find. But my new commander has offered darker things yet. But if you do catch me, I do hope you keep your promise.
What do you do with the sphere?
Can I hatch it like an egg?
Yeah, that's
You
what I thought.
want to unleash all of the souls?
I mean, as long as I don't know. I mean, like they're all insane from aeons of misery, right? I feel like I don't know what you can do with that.
Oh man. Let me.
Like, is that?
Where are your goblin officers? Where are the spellcasters?
They're to the north.
Okay, so they're not in the room. Okay, I cannot help you with this then.
Okay.
You have to decide what to do.
I'm not going to crack it open. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. As much as my instinct is to destroy all things which I do not understand, I suspect that there's a real chance that if I tried to eat this, I would explode, and that if I tried to hatch this, it would explode. And I don't know, there's dark powers afoot here which might be even bigger than me, and I'm pretty big. I'm just gonna hang around on it for a while. You consecrate this place as my dark abode.
All right.
But I'm not going to, do anything irreversible to the mysterious egg just yet.
All right, I'm gonna consolidate you all back into one thing. And then I'm gonna move you back up to this. Actually, you tell me. Like, there is still
you should
a
go
whole.
Get your guys. There's that huge pile of minotaurs who are not phase minotaurs.
Yep.
And they're lesser, but they're they're not so much like humans that I am compelled to debase them to a lower form of existence. And honestly, their form of existence is pretty low already. So like, I feel like we can deal with them.
So Kazleth is going to take the head of the golem and Goodman's like statue, and he's going to take that with him and essentially like toss it at the feet of the minotaurs and be like, bow before your king. All hail the king, baby.
That happens. You toss the head of the golem, and they do exactly that. An entire horde, 2 regiments worth of your lost forces, and apparently there are a great many more that are not even here. and they all bow before their king. This takes, let me see here, this takes just 30 minutes, so let me get back.
Do they know where the other ones are? Are they like off on a mission, destroying the human settlement?
There is beyond this door is a maze that they've constructed, and they use the maze as like a way of like tormenting people, but they've also used it to trap the minotaurs by their nature, to like use the maze. So they're all in this massive magical maze.
Wow. You have your temple right next door, my maze. We're roommates.
Nice. Nice.
All right, let's go scout around and see what else is here. We need more.
Okay, I'm just gonna use this King Kazleth token, since you can see with that.
Sounds good.
And we're just gonna move real fast. I do need to roll for encounters. I just need to get rid of this. Once you get the advanced roller up, how do you get rid of it? I've never done that before. In all my
advanced
years.
roller. If you lower left of the advanced roller should be a simple roller button at the very bottom of the advanced roller.
Oh, it's off the screen. That's why I couldn't see it.
Oh no.
All right, let's see. 30 minutes have passed. All right. Wow, you guys are so lucky tonight. And clever as well, but also lucky. Okay. So let's describe what you see here really fast. This area is empty. I assume you're like phasing and ethereal and all that stuff.
Yep.
Okay. There is, however, back here you recognize these are like iron cattle that are magical. And there is a herd of them back here. Ooh. They can't see you. What do you do? There's also a large pile of offal that looks like it has parts of former adventurers that has been piled in a corner.
I definitely think we take. There's 4 of them, like to the tokens.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely think we take those in a bit. Not now, of course. I'll keep moving. I'll let the cattle graze, but those are definitely going to go into my Pokédex.
Mm-hmm. Those guys are pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. The maze.
Golem.
There's no appreciable gameplay there. It's a magical maze. It's been made for the Minotaurs, but you cannot get lost in a maze. So you have that pretty much cornered. And then
it's a pretty convenient place for you to like keep your guys.
This is
fundamentally,
empty.
but like
Or
it's also
anybody.
a really great place to completely ruin a gaming session if you bring your PCs in there.
Yeah. Yeah, this would go very differently if you had level 5 PCs right now that got lost at level 9.
Oh my god.
Bill Webb, I still don't understand how you're supposed to.
Evil bastard.
I don't understand how you're supposed to run mazes.
All right, so let's see here. You'll find that this stuff is empty. I'll go down kind of to this. We're almost done here. This sets off an alarm in an area that no longer matters.
I peck at it angrily.
Let's see, and then someone goes. There's a door down here, and I didn't mention it. And you said you're
there
exploring.
is a side passage, unhinged.
This has something very important. This is the body pile / the bone pile. There is in here piles of bones and rotting bodies sacrificed to the evil god of death. Nothing of value, but this just an absolute vast, endless pool of thousands of bodies.
Nice. They can make a nest.
Yeah, they're. This is used to animate armies of undead. That's definitely a god of death thing. Mm-hmm. And all right, and then lastly, this part. Let me just make sure that they won't be able to do anything about this. They can't. because you're ethereal. In these caverns, you see really strange, disgusting looking beasts that are kind of like a mix between a weasel and a coyote and a horse. And there's just like bunches of them roaming in these caverns. And that, I believe, is your new level. And I'm going to go back here. To your altar. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Of course, we can talk about the big schemes, but anything immediately that you want to do?
Nothing immediate. Just got to figure out a way to store. What's through this door here? Because I need a place where I can store my basilisks.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of important, huh? Yeah, I missed that. There is a door there. I got so excited about the multiple spells and everything going on. This is a bedroom of this arch acolyte of the god of death. It's his quarters. You see 6 beds here, and then a master bed chamber beyond that is his. And there are wards here. There's 3 chests as well.
I bet those chests are silly trapped.
I'm ethereal. I just like stick my head in and like, hey, where's the tripwire?
His head gets pulled right off. He just gets slurped into the chest because it's Bill Webb.
You're correct. You are ethereal, and there's nothing here that I can see that would stop that. So you look in, and you see that there's a poison needle in one. The second one has a ward on it, but you have to actually activate the mechanism and open it physically to activate the glyph of warding. You're not a spellcaster, so you don't know what it does, but you can see that inscribed on the back side of where the chest lid is. And then the third one has a emerald in it. And you can tell that it has the same swirling energy within the emerald that the sphere does at the altar.
Nice.
There is also within these 3 chests, these are huge chests, by the way, and they are full of treasure, probably enough to build an entire castle, 130,000 gold pieces worth of stuff, which we can talk about later instead of listing it all right now.
For some reason, right? We covered it? We covered.
Yeah, I mean, you can build
yeah.
castles and armies and all the things. You can do all the things. We could talk about that after, but yeah, that's what's over there. Yeah, and I think that's everything. Any other immediate things?
I would like to push for the Gorgons, to capture those, to just like go ahead and just, hey, everything here is ours, and we have some Gorgons. I think it's possible. We have Charm Monster.
Yeah,
Charm Monster on one of the Gorgons is a good plan. If we can charm them, that will solve it. That will resolve
it.
it.
And then Phase Minotaur hops up and just grabs the other 3. There's only 3. I have a bajillion Phase Minotaurs.
Okay, but like, do you recognize what those things are, right?
I acknowledge the risk, and I think it's worth it.
As you like.
So here's how I'd like to resolve that. So I just want to verify, though, one of them has Charm Monster. Is that right?
Yes,
yeah,
the Goblin
the Witch
Magician.
Doctor. I'm trying to see if anything else is applicable. I don't think so.
I am, just to be simple, I'm going to front load their chance to break it. So I'm going to go ahead and resolve that right now. Their chance to break it is 40%, so I'm going to go ahead and just figure that out. They do not break it, so one of them is charmed. So that solves that. You have 3 left. So all I want to do, you said you just want to grapple with them and come up out of the ethereal plane. So it's a piece of cake. What's going to happen is, if you win, then that just works, and if you don't, then we're going to figure out if they can do their effect on you. So I'm gonna Let's see, they have 1. Oh, nice. They only have 3 attacks, but you are going to, roll all of your attacks for all of your minotaurs. What am I talking about? You have like a vast, endless army of minotaurs. Oh wait, but they don't all phase. That's right. So yeah, roll all of your attacks for your phase minotaurs. 13
All right,
attacks.
so this is
or more actually.
He only has 3 attacks. Okay.
And your target is ascending armor class 17.
All right, 17. So I need to roll a 2 for Kazla's 3 attacks. Here they come. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm not rolling single digits. All right, and then the phase minotaurs each have 1, 2, 3, and they need to roll. Shooting for, you said AC 17?
Yeah.
Okay, so 11. So I have 36 D20. Target number.
I'm gonna put a token over here just so somebody can, just so you guys can kind of see and visualize it.
2. So I guess we can go in groups of 3. So 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hit. 9 phase minotaurs hit.
If you are okay with it, and these are not the rules, but I'm okay with resolving this as one batch, like all of your minotaurs versus all 3 of these gorgons. If you would rather do it one at a time, we can do that. But so you can check all your d6s, and I will prepare mine to be checked as well.
How many did I say hit? 6?
Let's go with that. That's a lot of d6s anyway, so we can start there and then
7, 8. 8 hit.
Oh,
All right, so
my bad.
oh, you're good. All right, so 48 d6 for the minotaurs. Plus my 18.
Yeah, I don't even come close. So you're able to wrestle all of these gorgons. And
This is such a stupid strategy. Just ghost wrestling.
ghost wrestling plus demonic possession. It's
Yeah.
Wow.
That really is like a perfect, like, we subdue you and then we make you ours through your soul.
Yep. This is appropriately high-level demonic magic stuff, and it's great. So here you are, your altar. You have attained it in GSP. You've increased the size of your forces, your resources. Before we go, do you want to just cover or hang on to this orb, or do you want to do something with it?
I'm going to cover it for now.
Very well.
I don't know what I can safely do with it. I need to meditate. I need to ponder my orb a little while.
All right, that ends our adventure for the night.
Mythic Mountains RPG is a private online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Folk RPGs are the games that belong to all of us. They're what actually happens at a table between friends. It's their voice that has the authority on what is fun and what works for them. Weekly, we upload our games to allow others to sit in with us. The channel isn't monetized. We don't own the artwork, music, software, or games shown in these actual plays, and you can find links to their authors in the description. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish, or don't. Just like games in person, you're welcome to pull up a chair, sit in, and watch some of our games. No performances, no fancy equipment, just regular people playing folk pencil and paper role-playing games and having a good time. We hope these games will prove a source of enjoyment to anyone just wanting to listen in, anyone looking for examples of how actual groups run and play folk RPGs, and most importantly, if you haven't found your group yet, you're welcome here at ours.